many of you would know, I've been on my trip around Asia, where I went to a computer convention and then also over to Hong Kong for the FIDE World Rapid and Blitz Teams Championship, which was a lot of fun. I was over there representing the Chessnut company, which is the board here, and it was a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of really nice people and just enjoy ourselves. I also got to meet a few. Let me just mute my. 1 second. Well, I can hear myself on the other computer. It doesn't matter. I also got to meet a lot of people over there, including Magnus Carlsen, which was a lot of fun, and a few other notable grandmasters as well. So yeah, it was a lot of fun heading over there, and now I'm very motivated to get better at the game. So we are back, and I haven't figured out my streaming schedule now that I'm back, but it's looking like it will be 2 to 3 days a week, as opposed to the 5 days that I used to be doing. Probably Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And the reason it will be lowering the streaming a little bit is because I will be producing a lot more content. If you're following me on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, you may have seen my short where I have decided to pursue that dream of getting Candidate Master. So it's going to be a lot of training, a lot of playing as well. So obviously I'm going to have to step back from streaming 1 day a week, but I think that's okay. All right, speaking of playing, I think we should get into our first game. Let me just reset the board first. We're going to go for a 15 plus 10 game too. So let me just reset the board. And while I reset the board, let me go and figure out why I can hear myself on my computer in the background.
Can I do a freestyle for you guys?
And while I reset the board, let me go and figure out why I can hear myself on the computer in the background. Alright, so I have no idea why I can hear myself on the other computer, but that's okay. So let's get into a game, 15 plus 10. And as a few of you would have heard if you were on the TikTok stream, I am testing a new setup. So we've got new lights, and I am missing a bunch of my cables. So we'll see how this stream goes. My camera might turn off halfway through, and if anything looks a little bit out of place, please let me know. All right, 10 plus 5, 15 plus 10. We'll start the game. Connection timed out. Connection timed out. Please refresh the page. What do you mean? Well, it seems to be working for me. I don't know how to get rid of that bar. That's okay. Was that guy Yusupov by any chance? It's I wouldn't say it's a new opening for me, but it's definitely a
I knew a guy who played the Kozuka taught in every game. He did well.
it's definitely a fun opening. It's definitely a fun opening. I feel like I've already made a mistake in this opening, and I'll show that after the game. Okay. Definitely a fun opening. Definitely a fun opening. I feel like I've already made a mistake in this opening, and I'll show that after the game. Yeah, I feel like I've already made a little minor mistake in this opening, which is something that I need to research to figure out what I was meant to do. I don't particularly want to be stuck playing the same opening every game, but this one's so much fun. Yeah, I feel like I've already made a little minor mistake in this opening, which is something that I need to research to figure out what I was meant to do. I don't particularly want to be stuck playing the same opening every game, but this one's so much fun. Benny, welcome back, welcome back. Good to see you again. Yep, we're back, we're back. It's been a while, but as you would know, been doing the trip around Asia, so it's good to be back. I've missed it. Benny, welcome back, welcome back. So the plan today is just doing a little warm-up game. Did a few puzzles moments ago. Doing a warm-up game now, and then we're going to get into some puzzle rush. As I have mentioned, I am using a completely new setup now, new camera, new lights, everything. So there might be some issues here and there. Hopefully nothing too serious. Though I am expecting, stuff to drop out on me. So we'll see how we go. The trip was really good, really good. I was incredibly busy, but it was really good. It looks a bit too dark. Okay, good to know, good to know. I think I'm going to get a new light up here, which will brighten things up, because I have a really small one. But yeah, I am also using a new camera today too, so that could be it as well. It's going to be a little bit of trial and error. What do we think of the purple background though? Are we digging that color? Should I change it? Should I go back to the old way? It's yeah, it's definitely, I do agree. I think it is a little bit too dark. It's definitely, I do agree. I think it is a little bit too dark. But yeah, the trip was very good. I was very busy though, especially in the last portion of it, where I had the Magnus Carlsen event to go to. So that was very exciting. I did manage to get a board signed by him too, which was actually very lucky because as he was walking around doing signatures, he actually skipped me. That would have been a devastating moment. I did manage to get a board signed by him too, which was actually very lucky because as he was walking around doing signatures, he actually skipped me. That would have been a devastating. That move was almost a mistake. They can push, but I think it's okay. Push, because we take attacks there. So I just got to be mindful of that one. I was planning on putting my rook here, but now because of all of that, it doesn't seem too great anymore. Another idea I did have here was putting my knight here. And after the pawn takes, I take. And then they push, but I didn't really think that was great. And looking at it now, I would have had to actually have traded queens. And then they take, and then I take. So I don't think that would have been too good either. Their bishop is kind of a bit odd, but yeah. Still a bit rusty. Stonefrog, welcome back. Welcome back. Hello. Just playing at random. Thank you for the follow. I did enjoy my trip. It was busy. I was busy. I didn't expect it to be as busy as it was, but the first week was incredibly busy. And that's no one's fault but my own. I just worked way too hard. The other people would tell me to take a break. I was like, no, no breaks. So yeah, the first week was incredibly busy. The second week, so the first week was Computex over in Taiwan. The second week was a little bit more easygoing. But then the third week was again really busy. And then after that, I decided to treat myself to a week or so just to sort of relax. Wow, 7 stream streak. Well done. Yeah, I definitely needed it. I definitely needed it. I hadn't had a break since last year. And then when I sort of switched my lifestyle around, I found myself getting incredibly busy and sort of pushing myself a lot. So it was good to get like just sort of a week just to sort of relax. Now, he's got to move his queen. He can't take because it's pinned. And if he goes here, then I take with the pawn, getting a tempo on the queen, and the queen moves again, and then I can take this pawn here. Yeah, so I thought this could have been a blunder, but alright. So he goes here, so I need to take with the queen to get the check in. And then if he blocks with the bishop, I can just take the pawn. And I'm up 2 pawns. He's got a minute and a half left. It's not too bad. Of course, if he blocks with the queen, I might just take the queen, bishop takes, and then the pawn takes. Okay, so he goes there. I'm just going to simplify. I think I blundered. No, I should be okay, but it wasn't a very good move. I shouldn't have taken that. Because now he has bishop problems going on here. So he takes, I take, bishop here, rook here, protects the bishop. So I'm just one move. And of course, yep. And so he goes here. I go here. He comes across here, attacking this one here. I can bring the knight up here, go down here for a fork. So I'm playing a little bit quicker now just because he is in time trouble. So yeah, if he goes here, I can protect the pawn by going here. So yeah, now if he takes, I go here. So it actually protects the pawn. So if he does something else, I can actually go back here. And then I'm up one center pawn and one pawn over here. That should do it. Yeah, so try to tempt him to trade off the bishop, which is a very strong piece right now. I think I could actually go with the pawn here too. I got the pawn or the rook. Either way, this is his next move. I'm actually thinking the pawn might be better. Try to tempt him to trade off the bishop, which is a very strong piece right now. I think I'm going to use the king to come in here. Keep these two pawns over here, blocking these ones here. And then if he goes across here, I can just push up here. If he comes back, then I'm bringing the king over here to guard these squares. So that should be good. And we can always push this pawn up here to guard this one. So I think I should be good here. So I was actually expecting him to move his rook away. I could come over, take the pawn, he would have to move, and then I would bring the rook back here, attacking this pawn. Okay, that does nothing. I mean, this game is over. So I was actually expecting him to move his rook away. But we might as well lock everything up. Good on my opponent for not resigning here. So I've got these two squares covered, and if I bring the king up here, he goes across, and then I put the king here. I've got these squares covered. This pawn covers this square here, the king covers this square here, the pawn covers this square here, so he can't get through. Actually, I could even put the king here, and then these pawns will go up. And the king will cover here, here, here. The pawn will cover here, and the other pawn will cover here. So yeah, now I've got all of these squares covered. He's got these squares covered, and this square. So there's no way he can get through. So I can just chill now. All right, it's good that he resigned now because this is over. I think that was a good game by me. I'm trying to think if there was any major mistakes I made. Let's have a quick look through. So we'll do a little self-analysis. And then, can I say GG to him? All right, it's good that he resigned now. There you go, buddy. So let's have a look through the game. Maybe a3 instead of knight e5 and c takes d3. We'll have to have a look. Yeah, no, the queen trade was definitely bad. Definitely bad. That was probably my biggest mistake of that game. So let's have a look here. Okay, so everything here is good. And then I played here. And then it had me wondering, should I have done that? Because this knight move here, so this is one that I'm going to have to research what to do when the knight is here. Because I think a lot of the times the knight is still here when I play the bishop here. And then they play the knight out, and I can always push the pawn here to stop them from coming in. So maybe that's, maybe this move needs to be done at some stage. Now, should I do it here? So if I play here, they take with the bishop, I take, they take with the knight, so I do lose a pawn. So that's no good. So I did have to play here. Now they go here, and I would like to bring it back, but then I think they've got pawn takes, bishop takes, and then knight takes, losing the rook. So I decided to let them take it. And I can't take with the queen because the pawn will fall. I don't want to take with the pawn. But maybe taking with the pawn was right. I think I just got a little bit too greedy here. So maybe taking with the pawn here was right. And I've got that resource lined up, so that's okay. Now here, I did look at knight here, pawn takes, pawn, queen takes, but then they've got pawn, push, take, and take, and it just doesn't look good. But that looks like an odd spot too. Empty threat. I don't think that does anything, but I played it anyway. Obviously, if they take, I take the knight. This is probably a bad move too. I think this move here, I just wanted to leave the rook here, bring the rook across, but first I had to get rid of the knight. By doubling the rooks, I don't know if it was a great move, but then he sort of forces me to go back anyway. And here's a mistake. I think knight takes, rook takes, and then push, take, 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 take. But yeah, I think this is a mistake. And we'll have a look at this one in a little bit more detail, because I sort of miscalculated it. Throughout the game, it's also worth noting that I did want to push my pawn here and get the bishop here attacking the skewered piece, but he always had the knight coming back, takes a pawn, takes a queen, and I lose a piece. So, okay, so here, if I take with the knight, he takes with the pawn attacking, so then I take, and then he wins a bishop, so that's no good. If I take with the pawn, he takes with his pawn, and then I take, he gets the file, and then I have to retreat. It's no good. It's no good. And then I found bishop takes. Very happy with this move, although I'm not sure if it really worked out. I was happy with it anyway. So bishop takes. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a best move or even a brilliant move. Bishop takes, because when he takes back, the pawn is pinned. And I was expecting him to go here. And if he went here, I couldn't take with the queen, because then he takes, I take. Oh, I could have taken with the queen, but yeah. But here, I just take with the pawn. And then he has to move anyway, and then I take the other one.
Hello, what would be your advices for 1000 Elo?
Subscribe to my channels. Advice for 1000 Elo is exactly what we're doing here. We're analyzing the game without the use of an engine, and we're trying to... Oh. Check the audio. All right, 1 second. What could it be? All right. Maybe now it's fixed. Let me know if that sorted it out. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so yeah. Analyzing your own games without the use of an engine will help you improve. So if he takes, I go here. So yeah, he ended up going back here, and then I got the check. Yeah, I know what it was. Took me a while to figure it out, but we got there. So yeah, he ended up going here. I don't know if that's the best move or not. He has to move the queen. But yeah, I was expecting that. And then I take, and then he has to move, and then I take, and then he takes the pawn there. And then I take, he takes, I take, and then the king takes. And I'm up 2 pawns. Yeah, so that pawn push was just a mistake on his part. So check. I was expecting here. Does he have bishop f5? Do we mean here, Jonty? Or maybe a little bit further back? All right, let's have a look. So bishop f5. Take, attack the bishop. Bishop has to go back here or here. If it goes here, we just go here. He goes here. That's no good for him. So bishop goes back to, say, here. And then it's messy, isn't it? We could push the pawn. And then the bishop either goes here or he loses the knight that way. Let's say he goes back here. We can push. And then if he tries to do anything there, we can also go here. He takes, we take. And we got this cool little outpost here. And he attacks. So I'm not sure if bishop f5 its move. We can check that out with the engine. Definitely not a move that I looked at. That's for sure. So take, check. Yeah, so here, this has to be a bad move. Has to be a bad move. Putting those 2 pawns on there. 90 seconds to 5.5 minutes. I figured we could simplify. Maybe knight here is the move. Great little outpost. The queen can come in for checkmate threats. We've also got forks. We've also got attacks as well. So great little outpost. He takes. We take. No, because the queen is defending. So yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good, and we can even bring the other pawn up later to help defend as well. Could even do it now. Boom. And then what's the move? I guess just here. Oops, that's a mistake. That's no good. That would be awful. So yeah, it's not a free bishop. That would be a very disappointing way to finish the game. So what's the move here? It's no good. It's no good. So maybe taking with the queen was the right idea. Just simplify because of this. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. So I took with the queen. He traded. I'm not sure if he should trade here. I guess so. Because if he's going here, then I'm trading. So if he goes here. Oh, well, I'm definitely trading. So yeah. So if he goes here. Going here. Let's say he can't go there. And then I'm trading again. This pawn will fall. I could get greedy, but I don't think greed is a way here. So yeah, I don't think, I actually, looking back at it now, I think the queen trade was actually good. The question is, should he do it? I mean, it looks like he should do it. And yeah, I like that I saw this idea, defending the pawn. Now, I did think about taking with the pawn here, but I'm glad I didn't because this just makes more sense. And also, this rook isn't going anywhere. It's cutting off the king. And it can actually defend the pawn here if I need to push this pawn forward. So I feel like the end game I played perfectly. He could take here. Now somebody said maybe it's a matter of taste, but I like...
Maybe a matter of taste, but I like a 3 instead of ne5 and cxd3 instead of qxd3.
Instead of knight e5. So let's go back and check knight e5. I don't know where the knight e5 and c takes d3 is. So yeah, plans to push and go here. And yeah, I was expecting him to hang on to his rook. I mean, this is probably the best move, but yeah, it's over from here. And yeah, like I said, everything there was good. So I guess the two main questions I have is, should I have pushed a3? Instead of knight e... Oh, okay, that's where we go, all the way back here. Okay, so instead of knight takes e5, knight e5, a3. Yeah, a3 now. Yeah. It's definitely definitely one to consider. So we'll see if the engine comes up with that. Let's have a look. I'm not getting any chess.com, what are you doing? Let's see if we can try again. Hello? Is it down for anyone else? Let's see. website. Let's try now. Anyone else having issues with the website?
Hello, what would be your advices for 1000 Dylan?
Let's go chess.com. Alright, so the website is working. Maybe we'll give it a minute before we go to the game review. If anyone is interested in getting the board I'm using today, it's called the Move, and I've got the one with wooden pieces, but they also have ones with plastic pieces as well. I will let you know there is a sale on at the moment, 20% off until the 11th of July. So if anyone's interested in any of these boards, I've done reviews and tutorials on how to use all of them. So make sure you check those out on my main channel. And yeah, there is a sale on at the moment for the next couple of days, 20% off. All right, let's see if the game review is working. Dino, welcome, welcome. All right, somebody's already reviewed my game. Potentially the player or one of you guys. 88.4%. So that'll be interesting to see what moves I got wrong. Okay, I think game review is still down. That's very annoying. Can you play bullet with this chessboard? I mean, you can, but the question is, will you do any well? And probably not. All right, so it looks like it's down, which is a shame. We'll check it out later. But first, let's get into doing some puzzles. Specifically, Puzzle Rush Survival Mode. 68 is the top score. We'll see if we can beat that today. I'm just going to go through the first 20 or so. Nice and quick. So far they're all just winning pieces. There's a checkmate. What is going on? Why are these so... Why are they so difficult? Win a piece. I really struggle with puzzles where it's just simply win a piece. Checkmates, no problem. Complicated moves, all good, but if a piece is just hanging, I completely overlook it. See, piece is hanging and I'm just completely overlooking it. I'm looking for everything but. But yeah, the question.
You play bullet with the chessboard.
Look, I wouldn't say this is the board for bullet. I reckon this one is more for your classical time controls. 15 plus 10. Okay, multi-move material win puzzles. Yeah, they can be challenging too. Yeah, because we're just so trained when there's a puzzle, there's meant to be some sort of miracle move happening. But in reality, sometimes just winning a piece is good enough. Like this one here, like I'm looking for everything but that brilliant move of knight takes queen. All right, so guys, let me know if game review comes back up because I do want to check it out. But okay. What's with all these puzzles today, man? We're not going to hit 68 if we've just got win material in one move because I'm going to be looking at the wrong stuff. For example, right now I'm looking at something like this. Of course, they can take, and then I have a look at this instead. They go over here, and then the knight comes, the bishop comes over here, and then the other. That's a bit more of a puzzle we're looking at here. Free rook. So I take. He goes there. The bishop comes here. He goes here. Then we come up. And that's a checkmate. I do have my training session off stream today as well. Today is going to be checkmating patterns number 2. So yesterday I did checkmating patterns number 1. I am doing a bit of training offline as well. Do want to get better. But I also need to acknowledge the fact that I need to play games as well. So we go here, he has to go there, we take there, that sounds fine. And what do we got here? That's not a checkmate because I've got the rook over there. But if we go here, there you go. Yeah. The one before. Let's have a look. Don't even remember doing half of these puzzles. Yeah, that's alright. White to move. Free piece. Now, how do we get this checkmate? If we push the pawn out of the way, it's checkmate next move. He has to block. And then what? Take? Yeah, I'll probably switch to Lee Chess. I think the puzzles are better over there, to be honest. I'll probably switch to it. Yeah, just today is just sort of getting back into it all. So testing everything out, make sure it's all good. I don't think you were here before when I mentioned it. New background, purple, new lights, new camera. Everything is new-ish. So I'm just sort of testing it all out today, see how it goes. And then I'll look at maybe setting up a Lee Chess stream instead. Looks pink, yeah. What do we think of the color? Should I change it? I can change it. I can change it. How's that? I wanted to go for a bit of a blue, actually. How's that? What am I doing? So this one here, I'm kind of stuck on it. That seems like a logical move. And then they have to go here. And suddenly it doesn't seem so logical. I'm missing something. I'm missing something crucial here. Oh, I don't mind the blue actually. Looking at it now. Kind of complements the blue smoke and the overlay.
What you need is a projector so you can project the chestnut move on the white wall behind you.
I actually have a projector. Where is it? Where is it? I bought a projector when I used to do live demonstrations so that I could project from my laptop onto the wall. And I never found a place that was nice enough because it was never dark enough. But I do actually have a projector. So that's an interesting idea. I'm going to experiment around with that. See if I can get... So instead of having the screen on board, I could just have it projecting on the wall. That's cool. Oh, Stone Frog, you've just made my day so much busier. Alright, somebody help me out with this one. Why am I not getting this? I'm just looking at this here. He push. Take. Yeah, look, it's gotta be. Yeah. And then push, take. And I think we end up winning that rook over there. Now if I push here, yeah, it's gotta be. And then, yeah. Alright, so you reckon instead of having the screen that I have here that we're looking at, instead I have it just project on the wall. You can definitely try that out. That could be fun. Because I have this one now. I don't know if you can see that well on the camera, but I've got this now, which is an Android device, and it works like a clock. And I just need to figure out a way to stream this. So maybe if I can hook my projector to this, it can project on the wall. It's got a USB at the back. Yeah, that's interesting, because I do want to start using this clock instead of using the laptop. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen that one yet. But yeah, that's a really good idea. Now I need to find a projector. Hello, Jared. Welcome. Everyone say hello to West Jared 1 on YouTube. One of my longest subscribers. Back in the days when I used to make model train videos. Am I liking the Chessnut clock?
You liking the chestnut clock?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's great. I've been waiting a long time for that. I've actually reached out to another content creator to see if they want to make some videos using this clock. So I'm hoping they say yes, because that would be a lot of fun. But if they don't, well, then I still don't have friends to use the clock with. But I'm trying to find some real world use for it as well. Right now, like I said, I want to stream with it, but I just don't know how. But yeah, maybe the projector idea. I don't think the projector's in my car. I think I've left it somewhere else, so I've got to go and find it. E4. E4? What do you mean? To be honest, I wasn't even looking at the puzzle. So take. If queen takes, we've got rook here. Take. They take here. But why not just take the free queen? Yes, you can use the clock for online games. It was really good actually. Rook d4, all these moves going on. Let's just take the free piece. So many moves going on. All right, so this one is a little bit more tactical minded. Queen comes up here. Don't send the queen over here because the queen will come down here for check, and then you got to move, and then they go here. But here, take, and then queen up here. And then that's a checkmate. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying the clock. I just need to figure out a way, but geez, that idea of projecting it, I'm gonna try that out tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna try that out because yeah, that's just too cool of an idea. And if it makes everything streaming a bit easier, I don't know how it would look with the stream on the wall, but I did manage to darken the room. You can't see it off here, but I've actually put some little black sheets of cardboard over the window. That's why it's so dark in here. So yeah, everything is a work in progress. But I think the next thing I need to do is get a bigger light. You know, we're going full production mode now. No more stuffing around. Speaking of stuffing around, check. You can't go there or there. You won't be able to go there. We've got the bishop here and the bishop here. All right, let's start doing these over the board. So what we need to do is we need to find a projector. All right, so this one is white to move. And the first thing I notice is the king is on our side of the board. So just got to be careful of this bishop watching here. So knight here, king goes up, rook comes across, king goes here. We don't have checkmate here because the bishop is watching. So that leads me to believe that the rook comes back here. And now if the king goes here, then it is checkmate because the knight is covering these two squares. But if the king goes up here, yeah, I'm just not seeing that final piece to it. BWK, welcome back, welcome back. Yes, so I've decided, and I actually had this this dream for many years.
Hi Wiggy boy. Good to see you back and streaming again. Looking forward to following your journey on the centimeter title pursuit.
But when I got into content creation a little bit more seriously at the beginning of the year, things sort of got in the way. But now I've decided, you know what, I'm going to dedicate a few hours every day trying to achieve that goal, because look, I got to 1940 a couple of years ago when I was doing what I plan on doing now. And then life got in the way. I had a few dramatic things come up. And then yeah, I've changed careers several times over the last couple of years, including this year. And that's why stuff still got in the way. But now I think I'm settling in. I think it's time I start pushing for you know, some better stuff. And yeah, can't find a way to deal with this one here. So I got to look for something different. So check here, check here, check. And then he goes up here and I can't see a way out of it. So we look at a different check. And then it looks a little bit more simple.
BC4 is mate in 1.
It's so yeah, overcomplicating everything when really it's just check back. So yeah, that was a bit of a funny one. This next one's a good one. I've already figured it out before the board's set up. Simply here, threatening checkmate, they take, and then the queen comes up. Just got to double check anything else. It all seems fine. Yeah.
Can I go again?
You have to buy me dinner first. No random challenges.
Even though I'm bummed about CR7 today, I hope you have a great day, bro.
What is CR7?
Maybe you could set it up somehow to where when the pieces are moving, it switches to a top view of the board, but then switches to the 2D board when you or your opponents are thinking.
So I have two cameras. So maybe you could set it up so where the pieces are moving, it switches to a... So when my opponent is thinking, it's on the 2D board. And then as soon as they make their move, it will switch over to the main camera, which is looking down at the board, and then you'll see the board move. And then when I make my move, it will switch back to the 2D board. That's interesting. That's interesting. I think we should investigate that a little bit more. So I think step one is having a look at the projector. I think step one is having a look at the projector.
CR7 equals Cristiano Ronaldo's 3.
I had no idea. I had no idea.
Don't think any other streamers are doing anything like that.
Then we must do it. New meta. All right. So straight away, when I saw the board, I saw that, you know, white has these sort of things going on. Am I missing something? Okay, queen takes rook, queen takes queen, and then push the pawn forward, I guess. So take, and then you got two moves. I don't know which one it is, but we got to stop the checkmate first. It's got to be push. Because if we take, they got queen there, and they can win back the pawn.
A few hours per day trying to get centimeter. Chess is a lot of dedication.
It is a lot of dedication, but I'm built different. What can I say? No, it's a lot of dedication. I'm not sure if... Well, that's annoying. It's a lot of dedication, but it's not the only part of my plan. There will also be tournaments as well. Oh my god. Wait, why did that not work? Yeah, so don't get me wrong. It's a lot of dedication. And that's why I said CM, not FM or IM or GM, because those are completely unrealistic. However, CM may not be... I won't put that one up there. Yeah, it's... Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but Stone Frog, yeah, probably. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, but you know, I think it's achievable. But it does require a lot more than just simply a few hours of study every day. Checkmate in one. Oh, did I unmute myself? Yeah, so yeah, there's definitely like, you know, I'm not going to be disrespectful and say it's easy, just want it and you shall get it. A lot goes into it. You need to play, you need to be active at tournaments, you need to be studying, you need to be doing the right type of study. So yeah, there's definitely a lot that I need to work on. But is it achievable? That's the question. Bishop takes bishop, queen takes bishop, knight takes pawn, pawn takes pawn, queen takes rook, queen takes queen, rook takes rook, and we've got two rooks against a queen, bishop and a rook. So, take, 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 and we've got two rooks against a rook and a bishop. That's what I got. And I think that has to be the order it's in, because otherwise they've got bishop takes a pawn down here. So if I go knight takes first, they got here, and if I go here, they take. That seems okay. But what if I go here and they straight away go here, and then I come back down, and then they take here, and then... Yeah, it's I think it's definitely achievable, but it will take a lot of work. It will take a lot of work. I think I definitely need to be playing more though. Yes, okay. I do think it's bishop takes. Bishop takes, queen takes, knight takes, and even if he moves, then we've got a attack on the queen and a discovered attack on the bishop as well. So I'm hoping that's right. I have trouble just shooting for BM. What do you mean BM? Blunder master? Oh, the neighbors are at it again. All right. Oh, jeez. Okay. This one's interesting. Pawn is going down. I came with this move here, and if they try to push the king away, we can just take the pawn. So here, go down, and then come across for checkmate. Did I lose my TikTok chat? Did I lose my TikTok chat? Where is it? What do you mean my live has ended? There we go. There we go. All right. All right. It looks like my live went quiet on TikTok for a bit, but we're back. Not sure why. All right. Black to move. Queen to b7, check. Queen to b7, king to c3, queen to b4, checkmate, yeah. Have I got a training plan yet? Sort of. Coaching, not yet. Studying, yes. Playing, sort of. Analyzing, yes. And reading is a part of my studying. So yes, everything but the coaching part so far. I have a outline of what I want to achieve. As for the coaching, I haven't found the right person. And until I find the right person, I won't be getting coaching because I've I've had it in the past with the wrong people, and it does more damage than good.
Have you got a training plan yet? Coaching, studying, playing, analyzing, reading.
So I think when it comes to coaching, it's a very no Sprite today. It was water, never Sprite. The thing about picking a coach is you can't just chuck money at a random person and hope for improvement. You need to find somebody who you genuinely enjoy working with. I think that's very important when it comes to coaching. And there's a lot of different factors that are going to determine whether you enjoy the session. And one of them is cost. Coaches are very expensive. And I know somebody who's looking into coaching, and they were quoted an outrageous amount for a very, very interesting package. And I just said to him, like, can you actually feel comfortable paying that amount? They said no. I said, well, if you can't feel comfortable paying that amount, you are not going to enjoy the session. And if you don't enjoy the session, then you are just going to be worried about the money, and you won't worry about the thing that matters. So, Queen d7, Queen d6, knight to e7, and then queen to d8, rook takes, and then rook takes. This is queen d6, knight e7, queen d8, yeah. Cool little puzzle, that one. There you go. So yeah, it's definitely a case of the coaching part of it. I'm not investing in yet. I picked somebody because they were high rated, 2300 FIDE, and their price was very good too, 15 US per hour. And I figured, you know what, I'll sign up for 10 sessions. That's what brought it to 15 US, so 150 USD. And still after 10 sessions, that guy did not remember my name. And it got to the point of the sessions where he would say, what do you want to learn today? I was like, you're the one who's meant to be teaching me. If I wanted to learn something, like, you know, you're meant to be identifying where I need to improve. That's why I pay for your knowledge. But the fact that he could not even remember my name did not fill me with confidence, because if he can't take the time to remember the student, then he's clearly not invested in the student's progress. And I think that's a very, very important part of everything. So this one here, I was looking at all these weird and wonderful ideas to sort of get the king into the corner, get the pawns out of the way, and then go for a checkmate there. But I actually think it's simply pushing the pawn, attacking the queen. Now the queen, we've got a discovered check. So if the king moves, we win the queen. But if the queen moves to block, then we can bring the bishop up and win the queen. So I don't think it's going for some sort of weird checkmate here. I think it's just simply winning the queen. If we have a look at material, we're down a rook, but we're up a queen. So that seems pretty good to me. Fun fact, when I went on my trip, I played a lot of people at Computex, and I won every game. And then I went to the FIDE World Rapid and Blitz, and I played everyone. This is over the board, by the way. Everyone I played, I won. I even played a 1900 FIDE and won. That felt very good to me. And I lost 2 games there, and they were both against Grandmasters. So that felt very good. And then in the final weeks of my trip, I actually found a local club when I was on holidays playing in a food court. And I went and I started playing, and I was winning and it felt good. And then they said, you have to play our strongest player. I went, okay. And I played him and I got destroyed. I went, okay, well, finally I've lost a game over the board against a non-GM. Only to find out that he actually is a GM. So that was a very, very interesting moment on my holiday, because I thought I was doing so well against non-titled players. And then when I lost to one, I found out that he actually was a title player. This one here looks like the same sort of idea. Win the queen, threaten checkmate. So if we push here and they take with the bishop, it's checkmate. And if we push here and they take with the queen, it's no longer checkmate. So instead, push, take with the queen, take with the rook. Did I lose in the end games? Against the Grandmasters? 1, yes, and 2, no. Yeah, that's cool. All right. So, take, check. And then he moves the king, and then we take the bishop. Very risky game, but... no, I didn't take any of the games or record them on Chessnut, unfortunately. Because I was traveling, I wasn't really carrying boards around with me. I could reach out to one of the GMs and see if he remembers the game, because he had a pretty strong memory of it. But I think that opportunity has passed now, unfortunately. Remembering the games though, was actually white in all three of them. So I was playing the Zucatort, and one of the games, my opponent was black, he fianchettoed, and this knight just went absolutely insane. And I was trying to get rid of that knight because I knew it was such a good piece. And normally club players, they'll just trade it. They'll just go, whatever, man, just take it. But he really held on to it, and it became such a deadly piece. And I was like, there's something about this guy. And then I found out that he was a retired GM around 2300 FIDE. Okay. Check, take, discovered, check, block, and then take. But yeah, I think when it gets back to talking about coaches, you definitely need somebody who's invested in you improving, not just somebody who's invested in you for 1 hour per week. Okay, I was focusing on the wrong thing here. I was focusing on how to push these up, and then I had to look at this. But then this bishop is still here, so there's got to be something about this puzzle to get rid of the bishop, because the bishop seems to be creating a problem for everything. Little chestnut on chestnut action.
On one of your upcoming streams, I'd like to try doing a little chestnut vs chestnut action.
Maybe. Okay, there it is. So G7. If the king goes there. Yeah, okay. So G7. If the king goes here, we've got check. It goes across, and then we take. They take, and then the pawn goes up. At G7 and the king comes here, we've actually got knight here. Once the king goes there, we've actually got promote, and it's a discovered check, double check. So that took me a little bit of time to get. Now get rid of the problem. Oh, I'm sorry, TikTok is, the messages aren't coming through. Go USA.
Go USA.
Well, this one's black to move. I think at 40 puzzles, I think we'll skip back over to the game review and just check out the last game, because the game review wasn't loading earlier. So this one here, the knight was the big problem there, preventing goodness. But there's a lot of pieces around here. So I start having a look at different ideas for attacking. We can attack the queen. The knight can't take, because if the knight takes, then we got there. So if we go here, the queen has to move, then we can take, and then we can get in there.
A World Cup. I'm ashamed of what the press did, calling up Pfeiffer and having that red card reversed.
Did that really happen? did that really happen? I mean, call me gullible all you want, but with everything that's happened, I think me believing that is not unreasonable. Wow. Wow. He actually called up and reviewed a red card. Look at that. Alright. Oy, almost lost my laptop there. Yeah, rook f7 just looks pretty clear. Rook f7, rook takes rook, check, and then queen comes in and follows up with checkmate. Rook f7, king moves, queen comes in. Yeah, that's a pretty... Spencer, welcome. Alright, this one's going to be wide to move as well. So, queen takes, and then the pawn pushes. It's a discovered check, so the king has to move, and then they lose the queen. So, something to consider there. I'm actually liking rook to e4. But not really. So rook to e4, queen up here, takes, check, and then block, but then they can just go down here for check. And then the rook takes, and then the queen takes. This is a good one. I'm not going to read chat. I'm just going to see if I can figure it out on my own. Queen takes bishop, e2 check, take the queen, they promote, king moves. Okay, so take, check, take, promote, move. And then they have 2 rooks and a queen, and I've got, wait, I'm missing something here. So take, push, take, there we go. Take, push, take, they go down, and then we've got rook comes down. So it is actually pretty good. Let me just clear the chat. All right, let's have a look. So it's white to move. What do we think of the blue background? I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Okay. Pawn takes pawn, king takes pawn, queen f4, king h5, queen h4. Check. He goes here. Check. He goes here. Check. Yeah, I'm gonna dig out my projector, see what change the board color to blue. Let's do it. All right. Oh, that might actually Oh, how's that look? Does that look better? It's got little animations in the back of the squares. Oh, but it kind of looks a bit weird at the top, doesn't it? Let me know what you think. Because I can only see like a little tiny version. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, I gotta connect the board again. Not great. Not great. Yeah, I see, because it's got like these squares up here look a bit funny. Looks magical, not great, magical. Yeah. I don't know. Oops. Bishop takes pawn, king takes bishop, pawn takes bishop, king to g3. And then something. Oh, excuse me. Check. Check. Yeah, I'm confused. Some people say it doesn't look good. Some say it looks magical. I guess that's good. Alright, so maybe it's pawn takes bishop first, queen takes pawn, and then bishop takes pawn, king h2, h1. Yeah, I think you did not see the companion. Here it is in all its glory. I don't know how to stream the screen at the same time yet. So until I figure that one out, which I've had some good suggestions. So I will be playing around with that tonight to see if I can get it. Whoops. There we go. Check out this swag that I got from Computex. A little single key with a light on there. Let's have a look. When is the review coming for the companion? What do you mean? What do you mean? I've already done it. I've already done it. No, I didn't buy a juiced out gaming computer while I was over there. Apart from chess and Mecha Chameleon, I don't really game. Guys, don't forget to check out one of my latest videos, the Chessnut Companion review. Proof it's there. And just in case you had any questions on whether or not, I think I can do the. There we go. Look at that. So yeah, that's a new video that I've done on that one. I will be doing more in the future for sure. And yeah, if anyone has any interest in any of those products, just keep in mind there is a 20% off sale at the moment. It goes until the 11th of July, so a couple more days. If you're interested in any of these boards that I've got up on screen now, you can visit that website, click on any of those. They can take you to the store if you want to get them, or they can also take you to videos of reviews and tutorials of each of the boards. So yeah, if you are interested in any of those, make sure you check that out. Is this pre-recorded? No.
Is this pre-recorded?
My forearms are way too small in that video. Yeah, for sure. Game review time. Absolutely. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's see if it works. Okay, it's working this time. Okay, so the moves that we're looking for is here. I did something very bad. Something very bad in the middle of the game. What could it have been? What could it have been? Okay, so it's got me as a 2200. The opening was perfect. The middle game was perfect. The middle game was good. And the end game was 91%. What did I do wrong? I blundered. Bishop takes e5. That's literally the move which I thought would be either a brilliant move or a you know, exclamation mark, whatever it was. All right. What's with all these lines going on? So that was my first question. Should I be... Okay, so didn't like this move yet. Yeah, I offered them a chance to trade equal material, but isn't that a blunder for them? Yeah. What's with these lines going on, man? They have to trade like this. Wait, why is that a mistake? What's going on with all these lines? I haven't used game review in a while. What's going on with all these lines here? It's saying that this is the move, but that's a blunder. What do we got here? What do we got here? Can somebody explain to me what's going on with game review? Why is it drawing that line? They've updated game review because So now it's giving too much. It's giving too much. It's telling me like that the pawn wants to attack the knight. I don't think it needs to tell me the obvious like that. Can I turn this off? Yeah, so I knew that was a weird move. Okay, I should have gone. Okay, so this is my blunder. This move loses a knight. Ah, okay, because it's attacking the queen. Yeah. Wow. And I was so confident that that was like a really cool move. And I was also confident that that was a mistake. I didn't find the right idea. What's the right idea? That's the lines I drew in the game. I don't really draw many lines during the game. I drew lines after the game though. Yeah, and now it's all over from here. Okay, so the queen move was good. But also, taking was fine too. No, apparently not. Apparently the queen move was the good one. Yeah, and it's all over from here. Yeah, I think just these knight moves. I'm just down a bishop. Hey. So I should have lost that game. Look at this guy's progress. That's clean. Let's have a look. That's over 90 days? What? He's gone from 1200 to 1600 in over 90 days. Let's have a look at the all-time. Within a year, he's gone from 960 to 1600. It's pretty good. I don't like how they've changed the look of the just everything. Nah, he's doing some right things there, like he's reviewing the games. I hope he's reviewing them correctly and not just hitting game review. But yeah, he looks like he's serious in improvement. All right, let's get back to the puzzles. Oh, that's right. It's this puzzle here. I had a lot of trouble with this one. I feel like it's pawn takes bishop. Pawn takes bishop, queen takes. And then bishop takes pawn, king h1. Takes, check, here, check, goes back, take, queen takes, fork.
Hi mate, love your stream and will like to be friend.
Always looking for new friends. Unless they want to add me on Discord. Oh, next message. Add me on Discord. Oh. So yeah, take. Then they push. Then we take. And then queen here. Queen here. I'm not seeing this one. This one is, yeah. Okay, there is another element to it. I take, they don't have to take the pawn, they can always push for the fork on the bishop and the queen. And the fork also comes with discovered attack, so if the queen comes up here threatening checkmate, they can always go here for check. And then they can just push. So I think it has to be bishop takes. Okay, I was worried about this. I didn't know how to deal with that one. But this one here, simply push forward. And if they try to make an escape square, then the pawn pushes forward. Let's quickly have a look. So, take, check, and then here. And then if they go back here and they try to push here, you stop them that way, and then you come up next turn. But my question was, what do you do if they go here? Queen h4 I had. And then they go here. And then what? Queen h2. Oh, and then it's checkmate at 9. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, let's have a look. Guys, I think I might actually end it here because I do have some other stuff I need to do today. And I think I'll leave this rush and we'll leave it for next time where we can continue next time. What do we say? Guys, if you are new here, make sure you hit follow. I will be streaming multiple days per week. Unsure which days yet. I will put my new schedule up on the website. Just pop the website on here. Let me just clear that. Guys, thank you very much for joining in. And let me just turn that music off. And we'll end it in typical fashion. But yeah, make sure you hit follow, subscribe. New videos coming out every day on TikTok and YouTube. And possibly Instagram if anyone uses that. But yeah, other than that, I do have some other stuff to do. I will probably be aiming for a stream start time of around 3 hours earlier than the time it is now. So wherever you are, just have a look at your clock, take 3 hours off. And that and Twitch. Well, I don't do videos on Twitch. Just a live stream. But Queen C2 for the queen trap. Alright guys, let me just clear that website off. Don't forget, if you do want to purchase a board, they are 20% off right now if you use my code. So make sure to check out my website for that one. Otherwise guys, yeah, I got to go and make some videos now. So I will see you all next time.
Don't worry about that game. It's on the next one. Yeah, he's on the next one. Clock still ticking, yeah, his lesson just begun. Pieces hit the board and his whole heart sank. Sat there staring like, how did miss that? No prep, rush moves, played it all wrong. Thought he saw the tactic, stared at it too long. Silence in the room while he's shaking his head. Beacon maybe kept, just lives in his head. Every loss heavy when he's chasing the climb. Every wrong move had the wind back in his mind. Tells himself study, tells himself focus. But the score, she's staring back like he's hopeless. Looks at the board, barely says a breath. Man, he really threw that game to death. Yeah, they saying he a loser. Blunder like a club room loser. Trap his queen like nice maneuver. He's looking at the board like, who even retarded. Trains every night and still forgot the structure. Wanted to play solid, ended up chaotic. Chess got dreams, but the moves look comic. Yeah, he felt his time, yeah, he played it dumb. Whole chat watching like, what's he done? But he's writing those mistakes down one by one. Next time he the one saying checkmate, son. So laugh right now, yeah, he earned that bruise.